It's been 11 years since NASA launched its last shuttle, but the space agency is planning to launch their most powerful rocket yet. Artemis 1 is standing by to launch tomorrow, despite the program and the billions of dollars over budget and years behind deadline.
It's been a long time since NASA's had its own candle to light.
Liftoff.
11 years since the last space shuttle launch. 50 years since the last launch of the Apollo program.
The Challenger has landed.
But now, Apollo's mythological twin sister, Artemis, is on the launch pad and ready to fly.
To all of us that gaze up at the moon, dreaming of the day humankind returns to the lunar surface, folks, we're here.
The Artemis rocket, or SLS, is years behind schedule, billions over budget. But it's also the most powerful rocket ever built, and it's designed to launch people even deeper into space than the moon.
Our sights are not set on the moon. Our sights are set clearly on Mars.
But first, it has to pass this uncrewed test flight with only mannequins on board. Artemis 1 will launch from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, but mission control is at the Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas.
This is Apollo Control, Houston.
The same place that controlled every Apollo and shuttle mission.
This is where it all happens as far as human spaceflight.
Rick LeBrode is in charge of it all as lead flight director. LeBrode and his team have been training in this room for this moment for over 3 years.
When flight day comes, it's a whole different ballgame. It's when it really gets real.
After launch, the SLS rocket will separate from the Orion crew capsule on top. Orion will then fly 250,000 miles to the moon and then go 40,000 miles beyond it, farther than any spacecraft designed to carry humans has ever flown.
We're going to swing by the moon, and when we swing by it on the way there, we're going to be 60 miles off the surface. It's going to be incredible. The pictures we get as we go by are going to be really impressive.
After orbiting the moon for more than 2 weeks, Orion will head back to Earth, hitting speeds of around 25,000 miles per hour and temperatures half the surface of the sun, something engineers can't replicate here on Earth.
The number one highest priority for our mission is actually to test the heat shield.
Liftoff of Space Shuttle Columbia.
It was a damaged heat shield that caused Space Shuttle Columbia to burn up on re-entry, killing 7 astronauts. So testing it before astronauts fly on Artemis 2 is crucial.
For me, Artemis 1 is exciting, but it's really a stepping stone, a milestone to getting humans back in the vicinity of the moon, and that is awesome.
Victor Glover is one of more than 40 astronauts in the running to fly on Artemis 2 and Artemis 3, which will land the first woman and the first person of color on the moon.
We explore for all people, but now we can actually say we explore with all people.